Hey everybody, I am still in Rhode Island. I came out here for a class of 2025 ScART event and decided to stay an extra day so that I could catch up with members of the original She Rose program, which was back in 2023. And I just thought I'd sit down with some of the ladies to just see how life has been treating them since they graduated the program a couple of years ago and have them listen to their original story and then let us know how things have changed. So I'm sitting here with Kelly Gilheeney. How are you?
I'm good.
Thanks
good.
for joining me.
I'm so happy to be here to see you again.
As soon as we listen to your original recording, which we'll play in just a second, I'm going to come on back and we're going to pick up from there and just catch up with you.
Okay, sounds
So
great.
everybody, this is Kelly's original recording back in 2023, and we'll see you on the other side. Hey everyone, I'm sitting here with Kelly Gilheeney, who is part of the Gloria Gemma class of 2023 She Rose program. How did you first learn about this program?
I first learned about this program through the Gloria Gemma Breast Cancer Resource Foundation that I've been a part of for the past 11 and a half years.
And was there something that intrigued you about it that you wanted to participate?
The first thing that really intrigued me about it was the ScART, which was amazing. And I've done 2 ScART paintings now, and I want to learn how to teach others to do it.
Oh, you want to become a certified instructor? Well,
yes.
You'll have to call us.
I know.
That's wonderful. And with your paintings, I found that when people do multiple paintings, because was it a year ago?
Mm-hmm.
And then recently.
Yes.
So did you see an evolution of the 2 paintings?
I did. Yes, definitely.
Was the first one a little bit more dark or sad? I mean, I'm just curious.
The first one was a little more dark or sad. It was a broken heart. I mean, it ended up having, positive aspects of it, but it was darker than the second one. The second one was more, I guess you would say, in the light, positive.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, and when you have those as visual reminders that things can get better.
Right.
When you're in a dark space, and that's what I love about ScART. I often look at mine that are hanging in my house, and they're just, it takes me back to like, wow, I can't remember feeling. I mean, it's like to think, wow, did I used to feel that sad? And to know that you're not as much.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
And then with story crafting, did you have any kind of takeaways with that?
The story crafting, I absolutely loved. I kind of felt almost sometimes like it wasn't myself writing it, almost like it was coming from a higher power. But and that also, it started out kind of dark, but it transformed as I have transformed through everything I've been through.
Yeah, and that's why we break it down into 6 weeks because, I think trying to get it all out in one sitting, it's hard to break it down.
Definitely.
So, and then today. Anything that was unique about today's experience getting dressed up? I mean, it's meant to be a fun day, but for some ladies, it's challenging because they haven't looked in the mirror that way for a while. And so we give them the opportunity to see themselves again in a really beautiful way.
It was just, I felt like a princess. I felt like a princess when I chose the dress. And I chose red, which kind of goes back to my first painting with the red broken heart.
That's neat.
But I truly felt like a princess, and just like everybody was there for me. And look how far I've come, and who would have ever thought I would be doing this now? So it was just wonderful.
I love that. I'm so glad that was the outcome for you.
Yes.
That's exactly what we hoped you would feel. Well, without further ado, I'm going to turn the story reading over to you. And this is your story, Kelly Gilheeney reading Black Clouds.
I am a black cloud. All the colors of the rainbow live in me, just waiting to burst open and dance across the sky. But I am trapped. The only color I can see and feel is the deepest, darkest midnight black. I am dense and heavy, swallowing everyone and everything up like thick black smoke that quickly ravages all that is life. Everything I touch shrinks and is swept up as I hungrily devour all that was life, and all that was love. The more you fight me, the more I envelop you and push you down into the black hole of infinity. I am energy of the deepest, darkest kind. I was the classic middle child, ignored, never enough attention. I had a sister, Patricia, who passed away a few hours after birth. We would have been a year apart. I just know we would have been inseparable. I still wonder how different my life would have been with her by my side. Being the tomboy of the family, I loved being outside, riding my bike, exploring the neighborhood, and climbing to the top of every tree I could. Often you would find me sitting up on the roof of our house. My poor mother would get the call at work. "Kelly's on the roof again." Life was good until it wasn't. My parents divorced when I was 9. The nuns prayed for me. For what? Had someone died? No, because my parents got divorced. No one got divorced back then, especially not an Irish Catholic family. No one talked about it. Both parents remarried. Life had changed. After only 2 years of marriage, at 45, my stepfather died of a massive heart attack. I felt so much guilt, I never told him I loved him. I pushed it deep down inside. The black clouds were coming faster and closer now. When would they strike again? 2 years later, my mom's father, my beloved Poppy, passed. Still, I held it all in. One of my best friends was murdered. Dark clouds came and went now. Maybe I could be that happy little carefree girl climbing as close to the sky as she could get. My biggest wake-up call was finding out that my mother had terminal breast cancer. My mother was the most positive person you could ever meet. We will stay positive, pray, and have faith. 6 weeks later, she was gone. We had just lost our father to lung cancer 5 years prior. It literally took everything I had to claw myself back to life after losing my dad. With my mother's help and therapy, I had done it. I felt as if my world, as I knew it, had been ripped out from under me. I was sick, in shock, numb. Was I alive? This has to be a nightmare. I saw my world collapsing all around me. What was it all for? The pain and darkness were above me, hovering and looming over me. Had it been there all along? The black cloud was consuming me, my body, my mind, and my soul. I couldn't fight back this time. Take me, swallow me up now. Without her, there was no light, no reason to go on. Nothing matters. The darkness has consumed me. Somewhere deep within me, I sensed that another distraught, lost soul's light was beginning to dim. "Help me," it begged. "I need your light to save me." Slowly, I began to wake up. I had to. He needed me more than ever now. We needed each other. My nephew Patrick Jr. guided me towards the light. Amazingly, this little boy would transform, awaken, and save me as well. We are all here to learn our own lessons. Some are more difficult than others. We all have a purpose, no matter how insignificant we may feel. Never forget that you may just be that small spark of love and light that another soul needed to survive. We are all one. We are all love, and that is the most important thing there is. Love will always overcome the fear and the darkness. My wisdom to anyone struggling with their own challenges would be to remind them that they are as strong and resilient as the trees, for they too are a part of the universe. That even the strongest of trees blow and sway during storms. Sometimes they break apart and lose their branches. Sometimes they die. Yet they always grow again, their branches and roots somehow finding the light that they need to survive. Keep reaching toward the sun and the sky. Even when they seem to give up and die in the winter, they are just resting their souls, for they have been graced with the strongest roots that will always be there to ground and protect them. Remember that you are made of strength, grace, empathy, and faith. More importantly, you are love, a beautiful, unique soul who has its own special purpose and lessons to learn and share here on earth. No one can replace you. We all need your light to keep shining. We are all one. We are love. We're the energy of the universe, the stars, the moon, and the sun. Do not give up. We all matter. We are all here for a reason. To live, love, and learn. Most importantly, to grow and become one with the universe. We are the love.
That is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Such a good reminder for everybody. Is it your nephew you mentioned? In
My
the story?
nephew, yes.
I love that he became a spark to you.
He did.
And now you are this spark. I mean, you just said you wanted to be a ScART instructor. You have grown enough in your own experience journey to bring that to others. And I can just feel that how many people would be blessed just to hear your story and to gain, just the love
Right.
you want to share.
Right.
I love that. So hats off to your nephew for that spark to you.
He's like the child I never had, the son I never had, and his daughter is really like my granddaughter. So
I just love that.
yeah. And he just had a birthday yesterday.
Oh, well, happy birthday to him. What's his name?
Patrick.
Happy birthday, Patrick. And thank you, Kelly, for being part of this program.
Thank you, Lisa. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, we're back. So, got to hear your interview. I just want everybody to understand that when we recorded those back in 2023, I didn't have a podcast yet. I just knew that I wanted to sit down with everybody and capture your stories. So here it is almost 2 years later, and we're just playing your story. So for one, I apologize that it's, just now getting around to telling your story. But what did it feel like to listen back and be transported back in time to how you felt when you recorded that?
It felt good listening to it. It almost felt like it wasn't my voice. And I thought, wow, I really did write that. And I said those things. It was almost like another time and place. And a little sad. It was as if I was hearing somebody else's story and then realizing that it was me and that I had gone through it and that I had come through it through the other end.
How are you feeling today? To give us an update. So at the time that you went through the program, you were a breast cancer survivor of about a year or so?
11 years.
11
years, yes. Okay.
And so now, tell me what's happening.
So now, last May, I was diagnosed with breast cancer again. So I almost made it 13 years, but in my left breast. So that was a shock. So I made it 13 years, the right breast, December 7th. So this July 3rd will be 1 year, the left breast, but I'm still in some treatment and have one more surgery to go.
Did you have a mastectomy back then?
I did not. Lumpectomy.
Lumpectomy. Do you feel, it's frustrating because I know they say that when you reach 5 years, it's something you could take a sigh of relief. So it had to have come a huge shock for you.
It did.
Years later.
It's funny because I said this year I'm not going to be a nervous wreck when I go. I'm just, it's been almost 13 years where before it always kind of consumed me at the back of my mind. And they said they needed to do some more tests. I looked at their faces and I knew right away and that it wasn't good and it was aggressive. So, yeah, it was very shocking.
This was just recently?
Just recently.
In December, you said?
No, this was May.
May.
Last May, 2024.
Okay. And what kind of treatment, surgeries or radiation, what have you had since?
I had, July 3rd, I had a 3-hour lumpectomy.
Oh.
I was very lucky. I have the same team that I had last time. My surgeon is amazing. In the beginning of September, I started radiation. I had a terrible time with radiation. Again, even though they have prescription medication now, I ended up with severe radiation burns and had to use a burn cream. And then in December, I had to have another surgery. And I'll have one more surgery that will be reconstruction.
Oh.
So it's been a road.
Yes. And you've never had to have chemo?
No, thank God I have not.
Yeah, that's very, and was that by choice?
They said that I didn't need it. I am on the chemo pill.
Okay.
Which has a lot of side effects, but I think I'm not sure how long they'll have me take it. I'll see a number of the doctors in the next few weeks.
How, when you were listening to your story, you had a lot of very strong statements that you made. Are you still feeling that with what you're going through right now? Or do you feel like you had a step backwards or that you're still sort of in that mindset?
Well, at the beginning, I tried to be very strong and not cry. And then I didn't really talk much about it with people at work. I only told my family and a few friends. And then I did tell people. I talked about it more, but I talked about it more with people that had breast cancer or people at the foundation.
Okay.
And at first I thought I can't go through this again. And then the voice in my head said, yes, you can and you will, and you'll be a 2-time breast cancer survivor. So it hasn't been easy, but I will get through it. And I'm getting there.
Was your second time around, particularly after you went through the SheRose program, I'm just wondering, because you did find, like you said, a strong tribe to guide you through this. Did you find that made things a little easier for you, or do you find that this second time around was harder because of now it's darn it, I'm back? Or a mixture of both?
It's kind of I guess I'd say a mixture of both. I think the first time I heard the words cancer, I thought immediately death. My mom passed from cancer. My dad passed from lung cancer. This time I know more about it, although it was, worse this time than the first time. But the doctors were excellent and, said, we think we can cure it. And then I did go through a point where I said, I'm just going to have a mastectomy. And my sister got upset and said, the doctors said you don't need that. And I thought, well, it's my body, and I don't know if I can go through all this. But, and then I thought about it and talked to the doctors. So I think I'm handling it a lot better. I'm back at work, so that's difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm exhausted.
Yes, yes. Well, so after, now that you've had time to reflect on, entering this program, was there any part of it that you carried within your heart or your mind that you bring into your living now, your daily living, or any part of the sisterhood aspect that has?
Oh, definitely. We all keep in touch. They were calling me, asking me if they could help me. What did I need? Anytime I had a question, I would call one of them up. So besides regular friends and family that were close with me, I felt comforted and safe. And the first people I came to, besides my family, was the Gloria Gemma Foundation and my ScART sisters.
Yeah, that's great. Now there's this beautiful new group of ladies who we met yesterday at ScART, the class of 2025. You could kind of probably remember what you felt like the first time you did that program.
Yes.
What would you advise them as they're about to embark on story crafting and just sort of the rest of their journey with each other?
I would say to be open and honest with yourself, even if some of it is deep and dark, but get it out, let it out. As I was writing, it evolved. Same thing with the painting. It evolved, and it was a release.
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. Exactly.
Yeah. Just let it flow.
Right.
Let it flow.
And they're both of them are hanging in my house right now.
Yes, I love looking at my paintings.
I do too.
I can't believe that we have never talked about you becoming a ScART instructor.
Right.
After we're done with this,
okay,
we're going to discuss that because I don't know where that fell through the cracks. But are you going to be sharing this story with your friends, your family?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the fact that you would wait this long to have yours launched, but now that we're officially running the Still I Rise podcast, we've got a mechanism for it. Are there any other thoughts that you wanted to add in terms of just life or what you're thinking, Nara?
Just live. It sounds cliche. Live life every day like it's your last day, but things change. Life has ups and downs, and I do still believe it has made me a stronger person. I mean, I'm hard on myself. I'm kind of, right now, being back at work, I'm on edge and tired. And then I think people say to me, well, look at all you've been through.
Mm-hmm.
And so give yourself that grace to let yourself heal, but also keep talking to people.
Yeah, and just to add, I mean, to your credit, besides the fact that you've been through so much, you are a special ed teacher.
Yes.
What's the age of these kids?
I teach 10th and 11th grade high school special ed students.
And then you're like, why am I tired?
Right.
I kind of
Yes.
maybe know part of the reason.
Yes. Yeah.
God bless all the teachers, particularly those that help special needs kids.
Thank you.
Well, we thank you so much. It's great to see you again.
Great to see you,
I hope you
too.
stay in touch, and I can't wait to just continue following along on your journey.
Absolutely. I think it worked out that we waited so long because of how it evolved, my journey, not knowing that I would have it again, but
yeah, it's not the best thing to have to report
Right,
that you've had
right.
an occurrence, but it is a good thing to know that you have, you took the attitude that, hey, I did it last time, I'm fine,
Right.
I got it, and you did. Look at how
Right.
many months, it's already almost a year since it
Exactly.
happened, so you're
Right.
okay.
I'm getting
Your
it.
other side, obviously,
One day at a time.
your right side was jealous and needed some attention.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I'll have 2 cancerversaries.
Yes, okay.
Yep.
Well, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to today's story, and I hope it blessed you. Next week, I'm bringing on a very special guest. She happens to be my second industry expert that has been featured on the Still I Rise podcast. Her name is Dr. Sheila Rivers. She served on my advisory board, and she has a bunch of letters after her name. You know she's someone special and smart when she has all these letters, which stand for DSW, Doctor of Social Work, LCSW, Licensed Clinical Social Worker, MPH, Master of Public Health. Aside from that, Dr. Rivers initially joined as a clinical advisor when we created Story Crafting, just to help us fine-tune it and give us her therapeutic experience and perspective. But something unexpected happened. She personally felt a deep transformation during the process when she crafted her story. Even with her decades of experience helping others, Dr. Rivers said that the experience hit her on a personal level that she didn't anticipate. As she put it, I showed up as a therapist, but I left as a participant. In this episode, we'll talk about the powerful moment when the healing came from the storytelling, and why even a seasoned mental health professional sometimes also needs a safe space to feel and heal. You'll also get to know the woman behind the credentials, a coffee-loving, beach-walking, thrift store, treasure hunting, antique furniture restoring, and a reformed shoeaholic. A therapist who's making waves across Mississippi and Louisiana. Trust us, this is 1 part heart, 1 part healing, and all around inspiring. See you next week.